Hello, golfers. Dean with golfallyear.com, and today I wanted to do an updated review of the Optishot 2. I have hit well over 10,000 balls on the Optishot. I've had it for over 3 years, and I figured for 2019 I would do a review of the Optishot. So if you're deciding whether to purchase or whether to upgrade, this might help. One of the big dilemmas that I am facing right now, and I know many golfers are facing if they're looking into a golf simulator, is the dilemma of, do I stick with the $300 budget simulator, such as the Optishot 2, or is it time to upgrade to a $2,000 simulator such as Skytrack? And so I'm weighing that, and this review hopefully will help you make that decision. So here are some pros and cons and some of the things I like and dislike about the Optishot 2. So what do you get when you purchase an Optishot 2? The Optishot 2 costs about $300, and what you're going to get is you're going to get the swing pad that you're actually going to hit off of, that has 2 rows of 16 sensors, infrared sensors, and you will get a 10-foot long USB cord to connect to your computer. And then you will also get a couple of things. One, you will get 2 of the foam balls, and you'll get 2 of the rubber tees. And so those are stuff that you can use with your Optishot. You can choose to either not hit a ball, you can choose to use their foam ball, or you can actually hit real golf balls, and that's a big plus. And so that's what you're going to get when you actually open the box of your Optishot. Now let's talk about some of the features of the Optishot. All right, let's take a look at some of the main features of the Optishot 2. The main things that you can do with the Optishot: you can play a full round of golf. You can play it with up to 4 people. You can play 15 different courses. Those are the ones that come with the Optishot. You can see the ones with the star are the premium courses you can purchase on top of the 15 that actually come with it. You can have a variety of different modes. There's stroke play, match play, skins, even Stableford and better ball. You can play a full round or just 9 holes on any of the courses. There's a variety of settings and game rules that you can do. You can have mulligans. You can have it putt out. You can actually putt out an Optishot, or you can set it to a gimme or even an auto putt within a set distance where it will generate your actual strokes. And so there's a variety of settings that you can do. You can adjust the wind in here. Also, you can change the green speeds and the penalty for hitting out of the rough, which is pretty cool. So there's a variety of things you can do with the settings of your Optishot. And so the other thing that is very important that you will see that you can do is you can go to the practice range and hit on the driving range, or you can actually hit on any of the courses that you have downloaded here, and you can pick a hole and go practice on that specific hole. And so if we go to the practice range, you can see that you can choose your distances on the practice range. You can go up here and click and choose a different distance or a different pin placement. You know, these are different yardages. This is 123, this is 177 to that pin, 231. It also will keep track of how close each shot is. This is what they call the pinpoint accuracy, and so it'll keep track of your percentages of each shot you hit. If you're driving, you can see that you can put the lines on the driving range, and so you can see if you're really slicing or hooking it or hitting it straight. And so a lot of options. It will also, the neat thing and the feature that the Optishot has is it has a real-time tracking system for your shots. It will track your club speed, your face angle, your swing path. It'll even track your tempo and your face contact Are you hitting off the toe, hitting off the heel? All this stuff you can see right away after you hit a shot. It'll even show the shot tracers now that they're doing on the PGA Tour. And it'll show you the actual swing statistics, and these you can even export. And so some neat features with the Optishot 2, and some of those features you won't see in other simulators, such as being able to hit without a ball, because it just tracks your club face and your club head. It doesn't track the ball. You can hit either foam balls or real balls or no ball, and that's a big benefit that the Optishot has over some of the other golf simulators. So those are some of the main features. You will also see that you can go up and do online play, and I'll show you some of that here in a minute, and some of the things I like and don't like about the online play. So those are some of the main features. Let's talk about some of the pros and cons of the Optishot. All right, golfers, let's talk about some of the positives of the Optishot 2. Number one is the price. For $300, you can get a full golf simulator experience that you can do from the comforts of your own living room, or you can do it out in your garage with an impact screen and projector. So there's a variety of different ways that you can use your golf simulator. You can play a full round of golf in under 2 hours on many of the greatest courses in the world. And so the Optishot 2, in comparative to price and budget for a budget simulator, you can't beat it. The second positive thing about the Optishot is they do have an online version. For $50 more a year, you can join their Optishot Live tour, and what this is called the mini tour. And what you get with this is you get to play in some tournaments. They don't have any tournaments going on right now, but they do. They have different flights that you can win some prizes. They also have Closest To, which they have going right this week. Okay, this is they have random winners at Hilton Head Links, and then you can also get a handicap by playing in the peer-to-peer games. So you play in some of these peer-to-peer games. These are games with your friends, if you have some friends that have Optishots, or with the Optishot world, and you can play any course, any type of game you want. There's a lot of different options with the peer-to-peer games. And so the Optishot online version is a positive, but as I will tell you later, and there are some negatives that go along with the Optishot Live. Another positive with the Optishot 2 is the immediate feedback you get on your swing. You get all kinds of swing statistics that can help you improve your game. On each of the swings, you will get immediate information on your club head speed, your face angle, the path that your club takes, obviously distance, and then you can also get tempo and where you hit it on the club head. Down here, you can also get, if you're in the driving range, you can get some information on how close each shot was to the hole, called pinpoint accuracy. If you go to swing statistics, you can get even more information. This is all my averages for each of the different shots I hit with that club. You can change the club and see the different clubs. Up here, you can change and look at last week, for the whole week, the last month, 2 months, even all time. And so this is a needed thing for any golf simulator. The Optishot keeps it basic. You can really get some information. I've really improved my swing using it. So that is a very important aspect to the Optishot. The final positive of the Optishot that I have found is the idea how easy the Optishot is to set up. All it is a USB cord from your computer to the swing pad, download the software, and you're ready to go. Also, the flexibility that goes along with the ease of use is a huge positive for the Optishot. You can go into your clubs and you can set your clubs to the clubs in Optishot to fit the real clubs that you actually own. And so you can get the shaft length, if you know the loft of your clubs, you can change the distance and speed adjustments to make it fit your club set. You can do that for each and every club in your bag, whether it's your 6-iron or your driver or your pitching wedge. You can do any of that to make it so that it fits your real life club set. And so the flexibility and ease of use is a huge positive for the Optishot. So the first con with the Optishot, I believe, is how accurate it is. I think that the accuracy of the Optishot is not up to what the other simulators are. I know that the Optishot is a lot less in terms of price, but the accuracy is lacking. Because you're only tracking the club and not tracking the ball, you're going to get some very inaccurate results. And so let's take a look at a couple of those inaccuracies. Okay, golfers, I want to show you some of the inaccuracies that you'll have to deal with when using the Optishot. This is one of them. This shot was actually a lot worse than what it shows. It does show an extreme toe, and it shows open club face 21 degrees, but in reality, this shot actually hit my ball dispenser directly to the right of my swing pad. So it would have been, at the most, I would say, probably 100 yards directly right, not 212 yards down to the right. So you can see that here's what the shot did, and in no way is this indicative of my actual shot. Here you can see my open club face. You can see kind of the shot shape, nowhere near that. It went directly right. Bounced off my ball dispenser and bounced behind me. So that's just one example of some of the inaccuracy you'll have to deal with. Okay, so here is another shot that I want to show you. And let's take a look at the swing stats on it. This shot went 231 yards off the center of the club. And you can see that as you look at it, I had a slightly open club face. And so let's look at the actual shot here. You can see not too bad for, especially since it went so far, very playable. Well, in reality, I topped this shot. It bounced before my impact screen, spun off my impact screen and landed about a couple yards to the right. And so I did, hit it kind of straight, but I actually topped this thing. And it probably would have went maybe 20 yards at the most. So very inaccurate. And as you can see, this is where probably a mulligan would be in the works. And so some of the frustrations with the Optishot accuracy. All right, here is one of the other inaccuracies with the Optishot. This is when you are in trouble and behind trees and such. You will see I'm pretty much directly behind the tree. And so I'm going to hit a shot. There's no way I'd be able to hit it this direction. And let's see what happens here. I'm gonna hit a sand wedge and watch how it goes. So I am 69 yards away, and I'm hitting a sand wedge. All right, as you can tell, you can see I hit it directly through the trees. Didn't touch a branch and landed right on the green. In fact, that's normally what happens. You don't really get penalized too much on Optishot for being in the trees and being in the woods. You don't really have to chip out very often. Occasionally you will, but for the most part, you can hit just a normal shot. It takes a little bit off it when you're in the rough and things like that. But as you can see, a normal shot, I'm in perfect shape and didn't get penalized for being in the woods. One of the other inaccuracies of the Optishot. One of the cons, I believe, with the Optishot is the online tour. I know that I said that that's a positive. I think it's great that they have it. Just think they need to do a better job with it. It is $50 a year, and you only get 2 events per month. And so you can choose between the 2 events that you do. But what I found is that I was waiting a lot between events, and I just got kind of frustrated and lost interest in it. And so I stopped doing it. Also, if you choose the closest to the pin as one of your events, that it actually is only like 3 shots in the closest to the pin. You get like 3 or 6 shots, I think it is, to get close to the pin. If you choose that one, then you waste one of your events. And so just didn't find that it was worth the value of the $50 a year. Maybe if you did the $100 a year, you get actually 4 events. Maybe that's better. I'm not going to do it. I've kind of stopped using it. I won't renew my subscription to that. The other thing that was very frustrating was some of the scores that I found in the uh, online tour. There were scores that make you get a handicap, and scores that didn't resemble any of the handicaps. You had some people shooting 20 under and 13 under, and their handicaps were crazy good. So, I just didn't find that it was, I could be competitive. Kind of got frustrating, so I just played on my own or do the peer-to-peer games. And one of the things that Optishot does is you can uh, win an award. uh, uh, they do a drawing at the end of each tournament. The problem is they're just kind of behind in their drawings. They haven't posted winners for a few weeks, and so that's kind of gotten frustrating also. So for me, the Optishot tour is not a positive for um, the price, and so it's not worth the price. So anyway, that's one of the cons. Let's talk about another con of the Optishot. Last con of the Optishot has to do with the equipment that they provide. In particular, the turf top that they provide. You can see here's the turf top that they give you that comes with the Optishot. You can see how thin it is. It really doesn't give you a very good feel. It's like hitting off a mat at a driving range, to be honest. And the other thing that you'll notice is that it only covers one of the sensors. And so what's happened, and this has happened twice to me since I had the Optishot, I've hit and I've actually hit the sensors and broken the Optishot. Now, Optishot has done a great job uh, getting me a new Optishot, a refurbished one, but I shouldn't have to do that. And so what I did is I invested in the thicker turf top, and you can see that uh, video about the thicker turf top on my YouTube channel, Golf All Year. But other than that, the turf top is just not what you want to use. You want to upgrade. The other thing I found that they provide is they provide a rubber tee that fits in the um, hole here. I just never like hitting off a rubber tee. It reminds me of hitting off a driving range. So again, I invested in that thicker turf top, and that really helped because you can put an actual tee in it. I don't hit with my driver too much on the Optishot, but the tee, being able to put an actual tee in the turf top is much better than what the Optishot provides you. And so because I've had to reinvest and kind of get new Optishot, I've been without it for a while when it's broken. But like I said, Optishot does a great job getting you a new one if you do break it. It's just not something that should happen. And I know SkyTrack has a protective cover over their simulator, and most simulators do. I think they just need to upgrade to a better turf top and provide that for you. All right, so overall, the Optishot at the $300 price point is a good starter simulator. Can it help you improve? Yes, it can. I've hit
thousands and thousands of balls on the Optishot, and I have gone from about a 15 handicap to now I'm probably a 10 or 11. And it's all because of the Optishot. Just hitting balls on that, looking at my swing statistics and my club face angle and my swing path. I was able to change a lot of my swing. So it has helped me. I think that if you are looking for to make a huge jump in your game into breaking 80 and things like that, I think you might have to look at a more expensive simulator, such as SkyTrack. I'm really looking into SkyTrack because I want to make that jump. But for a beginning simulator, for a family, for kids, if you have the room and you're able to do it, I highly recommend the Optishot for that situation. It's not going to be as accurate as the other simulators. You are going to find that it can be frustrating at times, but just some of the flexibility, being able to hit without a ball, being able to hit anywhere, and to play different courses and to really get some swing feedback. I think you can't beat it for the $300 price point. So if I was to give it a rating, I would give it definitely, 4 stars out of 5 for a beginner simulator. So I hope you enjoyed the review. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can subscribe right down below. Also check out golfallyear.com if you want more reviews and more information on simulators, in particular the Optishot. So thank you, and hopefully we'll see you on the course.